a peaceful forest where the philosopher and Arjun are seated under a large tree. Arjun looks up to the philosopher and asked,
Master, I have been thinking, what is the most important virtue a person should have? Strength, intelligence, or wealth?
Philosopher smiles and replied,
My dear Arjun, none of these. The greatest virtue is integrity, the ability to keep one's word, no matter what.
Then Arjun asked,
But master, aren't there times when a promise must be broken?
Now philosopher answered,
Perhaps, but let me tell you a story before you decide.
Many years ago, in the prosperous kingdom of Dharmapura, there lived a noble king named Virendra. He was known for his fairness, courage, and unwavering commitment to justice. His kingdom thrived under his rule, and people adored him for his honesty. One day, while the king was out hunting in the dense forests near his palace, he heard desperate cries for help. He rushed towards the sound and saw a young merchant being chased by a group of armed bandits. The merchant, injured and exhausted, fell to his knees before the king, and shouted, Your Majesty, please save me, these men seek to rob and kill me. Without hesitation, King Virendra drew his sword and stood between the merchant and the bandits. His mere presence made them hesitate, but their leader, a burly man with a scar across his face, stepped forward and said,
King Virendra, we do not wish to harm you. Step aside, and we will let you go. This man carries gold that he does not deserve.
King Virendra replied with a firm voice,
Justice is not decided by thieves. If this man is guilty, he will be tried in my court. But I will not let you take his life.
The bandits, knowing they stood no chance against the king, retreated into the forest. The merchant, overwhelmed with gratitude, fell at King Virendra's feet and said,
Your Majesty, I owe you my life. I have no family, no one in this world. I swear to serve you with undying loyalty. Please allow me to stay in your palace.
Virendra, seeing sincerity in his eyes, agreed. The merchant, whose name was Raghav, was given a place in the royal court. He soon proved to be intelligent and resourceful, quickly earning the king's trust. Over time, he became one of Virendra's most valued advisors. Years passed, and Raghav grew wealthy, under the king's patronage. However, power and wealth changed him. He began making secret deals, cheating the treasury, and exploiting the poor. Yet, no one dared to question him, for he was the king's trusted man. One day, a humble farmer arrived at the court, trembling with fear. Farmer starts telling,
Your Majesty, I seek justice. Your advisor, Raghav, has seized our lands and left my family homeless.
King Virendra asked,
Raghav, is this true?
Raghav remained silent. The king's eyes burned with betrayal. King Virendra said in his angry voice,
I saved your life, gave you a home, and treated you like a brother. And this is how you repay me?
Raghav finally spoke, his voice weak.
Your Majesty, I have no excuse. I have broken your trust.
The court murmured in shock. Everyone expected the king to punish Raghav harshly, but Virendra closed his eyes and sighed deeply with saying,
Many years ago, when you lay wounded before me, I made a promise to protect you. That promise remains.
The court gasped. The farmer looked at the king in despair. King Virendra breaks the silence with speaking.
A man who breaks trust cannot remain in my kingdom. I will not take your life, Raghav, but you must leave Dharmapura forever. You will walk away with nothing but the clothes on your back.
Raghav fell to his knees, his face filled with regret. Without another word, he left the palace, disappearing into the horizon. King Virendra had kept his promise, but it had come at a great cost, losing a friend and knowing his trust had been misplaced. From that day on, he ruled with even greater wisdom, understanding that promises must be given with care, for they bind both the giver and the receiver. The philosopher finishes the story and asked,
So, Arjun, what do you think? Should the king have broken his promise?
Arjun replied,
No, I see now. A promise is a powerful thing. If the king had killed Raghav, he would have broken his own word, becoming no better than those who deceive. But by keeping his promise, he showed true integrity.
Indeed, my child. But remember, one must be careful in making promises, for once spoken, they become chains that bind the soul.
I understand, Master. I will always think before I give my word to someone.
Philosopher smiles and advised, that is the first step to true wisdom.